What's up, folks? My name is Vin. I use they, them, theirs pronouns. I'm a 30-something-year-old trying to do YouTube, and I'm doing a challenge for the month of May where I am vlogging every single day. So let's do that. Alright, now that I have warmed up a little bit, I'm gonna change. The reason I'm warming up is because I'm going for a swim. I am training for a sprint triathlon in June, which is coming up very, very quickly. Just making sure I got all of my mobility covered for that swim. Alright, I am dressed, sunscreened, and almost psychologically ready. I'm gonna do one last bit of stretching before I go drive over to the pool. Let's do this. Okay, so this is not sponsored, but I found out about these, which are electrolyte capsules. And I was like, this is genius. So I'm gonna take one before I go swim, and then I'm gonna drink my regular electrolyte water after, because this basically means I don't have to like drink a bunch of water before. Drink like a regular amount of water, and I'll have like a capsule. I didn't put a capsule in my mouth yet. I'm trying to open this with one hand while I'm holding my camera. But if you're an athlete and maybe you don't want to chug a whole bunch of water right before you do something, capsules are pretty sweet. Still drink water though, still drink water. Enough dilly-dallying, let's go swim. I've been in New York for like a week and I almost walked out without like my car keys. Love New York City. I gotta clip this. Don't drink, or no, well yeah, don't drink and drive, but also don't vlog and do like your mic in one hand and no hands on the wheel. I'm headed to the pool now, and I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I was a little nervous, but I still feel pretty okay. And the reason I'm even a little nervous is because I've been in New York for a week. I did get one swim in. I did like maybe 6 laps because it was so crowded. I had to share my lane with 2 other people, so I couldn't really do many consecutive things. That is an indicator of what I'm gonna have to deal with when it comes to like the actual race. I have a friend who supported another friend in their Ironman, and they said that they got kicked a bunch of times in the swimming portion, and it really psyched them out. They got kicked in the head, and you know, if you swim, breathing is literally the most important thing. If you can't breathe, you're not gonna be able to swim. And if you're getting kicked in the head, you're not having an easy time swimming. When I get to the race, I am just gonna let like the first people go. Even if it takes like a minute, like 2 minutes out of my like time, I would just rather not get kicked. Anyway, it's been a week since I've trained full on, and it's only been like 4 days since I last swam. While I was in New York, I didn't get to do a run, I didn't get to do a run, but there was like multiple days where we walked over 20,000 miles, or 20,000 steps. Wow, 20,000 miles, what is that? Walked over 20,000 steps, and then there were several days that we went on bike rides. So I feel pretty okay physically. I did feel a lot of foot pain while I was traveling, but I figured out that I just needed to like massage my Achilles, and moving forward, I just need to strengthen my Achilles with more strengthening exercises. I'll show videos of that once I actually do it. It's probably a little windy there. Considering I've been gone for a week, I don't feel too concerned about my progress. I feel pretty confident in my body and my body's ability to recover. Or my goal distance is 7 returns. Whatever 7 times 50 is, that's the distance I actually need to swim. I'm gonna try to do 8 to 9 returns today so that I can go over that, especially if I do have to avoid bodies in the water, which I likely will. I can account for that by doing this. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll see you at the pool. I actually usually don't record because there's a bunch of people there and I feel awkward recording myself when there's other people also utilizing the space. You know what I mean? Whew. Oh my god. Okay, that was hard. that was challenging. Also, something in my molars or something is aching. It's that chlorine, man. The chlorine is rough on my mouth, I think. My teeth. I'm tired. I think I'm really bad at counting, y'all. Like, I'm really bad at counting, and I should probably try to improve. I did 8, 9, or 10 returns. One of those. Let's go with 8 just to underestimate myself. But it was something like over 13 minutes, so I feel like that's more 9. 8 returns times 50 meters. Oh, that's easy. That's 450 meters. Or, yeah, 450 meters. And that's a lot more than I needed. Yeah, so that was definitely difficult, but I still did it. You know, I flipped over maybe twice on my back so that I can get a breather. Otherwise, I felt pretty good after the first few laps. And I didn't do any drills. So usually I do drills right before to warm up my legs. So what I'm thinking, I don't know if it's the distance that I did or if it's the swim cap, but I definitely feel a little bit lightheaded. I don't feel that thirsty, but I feel lightheaded from like the pressure of something. All right, so I'm gonna go home, shower, eat. Probably rambled for long enough now. I need a minute. In a couple weeks, I'm gonna have to do that, then bike, then run. That's it. I'm gonna sit in my car for a second.
This is on the first trip because we only had one taxi between us, so all the girls. We're gonna record an episode of Guustavv.
That was such a great lunch. Like, I was so full. Those like microwavable stir-fry veggies. I've only eaten like half of those in a sitting, and I had a full bag with the scallion pancakes, and it was perfect portion. Like, I feel like I got the perfect amount of proteins, fat, and then carbs to recoup from my swim. So good. That might be the meal that I have like right after the triathlon. Is like fuck ton of scallion pancakes with the veggies. I got another package while I was in New York, so I'm gonna open that now. But in one of my previous videos, I ordered a triathlon swimsuit and it didn't fit. It was a youth large, size 14. I should have looked for like a size 16 and it didn't fit, so I had to order another one. I'm hoping this one fits. I have a podcast called Contained with my friend Sarah, and it's called Contained for thoughts and feelings we can't contain. And I finally upgraded my mic. I'm not gonna sound like I'm in my $20 headphone set. I'm gonna sound like I have a microphone. Moment of truth is this swimsuit. Ooh, it's so bright. I'm gonna try it on. It fits. Yeah, dude, my ass looks so good in this. I got a little nervous putting this on because putting this on means I'm gonna race in it. If I'm gonna race in it, that means the triathlon is coming. Should I just sleep in this so that I can mentally prepare? That's wild, dude. I'm doing a sprint triathlon in a couple of weeks. All packed up, ready to go. Also got laundry. Fun fact, I got this in undergrad. Samsung came to the campus and you get to choose a picture. And of course I chose Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury? Freddie Mercury. That last one's Sam Smith though. Alright, let's go do laundry. So I'm on my way to do laundry, and I figured I'd share a little bit of my thoughts from vlogging every day while I was in New York. So obviously from the upload schedule that you've seen in the last week, it is really hard to film, edit, and like do all of the things that you're trying to do while you're traveling. I think if we had like an earlier get back to our place time, like 7 or 8, I would have definitely been able to edit and post the same day, but we were getting back between like 10 and 12, and I'm normally the kind of person that like goes to sleep by 10:30, 11 at the latest. It was difficult for me to like try to vlog while being present with my friend and like navigating through the city, but I did still film every day, and I batched like 3 in one go one day after editing finally for a few hours. And that's because we had time on the train. We had like 2 hours on the train, and I finished all 3 videos in that time frame and was able to post them. So what else did I learn? You have to be malleable. You have to be so willing to give up control over like idealized results. Like my ideal results was to be able to publish every single day, but that was not realistic. I still had a great time on the trip, but I had to manage my own expectations, and I was okay with that. You know, I was definitely like, oh, I'm not gonna publish today or tomorrow or the day after, and that's okay. The videos still got done, and I learned a lot in that process. What else did I learn? I was always curious about just talking about topics that I'm familiar with and I feel like I have a lot of life experience in, so that was kind of cool, and I think I'll do more of that as I go on this like version of my channel that incorporates vlogs as well as the book lessons that I was already doing, which with travel and having to vlog every single day, I haven't had like the personal bandwidth to also edit previous videos that I've made on like book deep dives. So those will be coming back probably in June. The next thing that I learned was that I feel like whenever I come back from any trip, I come back a little more like, ooh, you have some wisdom because you were out there and whatever. But New York especially, because it's such a big city and there's always so much going on, it just shows the potential of people living that close together and having to coexist, like physically, literally alongside each other, sometimes packed into sardines on the subway. Well, a lot of the US is not built that way. It's built like a suburb, so that's, you know, people have homes, they have cars, they have larger spaces to themselves and not as much communal spaces. And I already miss like, you know, the transit that exists in New York City. Though I will say it does take a minute to get through boroughs. New York is very accessible in Manhattan, the main island, the main borough that everyone like has all those sightseeing things to. But between boroughs, it's kind of difficult. Every borough kind of has everything that you need, and the fact that the transit is there as an option gives people the opportunity to explore. Like when you provide people access, even if it won't serve everybody, but it'll serve some, other people will consider it too. So like I'm a pretty able-bodied person. I don't have any chronic illnesses that I deal with. I don't have chronic pain that I deal with. I can walk pretty okay on most days, and I have range of motion and mobility over the rest of my body. But I'm always thinking about accessibility because even before like I was living with my mom again, like which is now, I've always thought about like, oh, what if like I lost my legs? Like would I be able to like walk through this door, right? Because there's a particular lip or it's like on another step. You know, I'm constantly thinking about those things because I want to live in a world that is accessible to everybody, and not just in public transit, but in wider sidewalks. So a wheelchair, a person, and another family could like walk next to you. I'm thinking about sound accessibility for people that are hard of hearing or entirely deaf, because I myself am hard of hearing. Hearing aids are definitely a thing I'm going to look into once I set up my healthcare in California again. Yeah, these are just things that that I think about. If I were to leave this blog on a note for you to think about something, it would be, what is one thing that you can do in your lifetime? I'm giving you a long time frame, you know, you don't have to do this tomorrow. They can make something more accessible in this world. And that could be like asking your coffee shop to put a gender neutral bathroom instead of like a gendered restroom. So yeah, what is one thing that you can do in your lifetime to increase the accessibility in this world? That's all I got for you today. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next vlog.